Today we're taking a look at the Chicago Bulls vs Brooklyn Nets match, which is happening on Sunday, April 4th, 2021 at 2 p.m., and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. There's an Eastern Conference tilt on Sunday afternoon as the Brooklyn Nets hit the road, where they'll visit the United Center and take on the hometown Chicago Bulls. The Nets are coming off an annihilation of the Charlotte Hornets, but they beat 111-89 on Thursday in a game that was never close. Chicago returns home after losing a tough game on the road to the Utah Jazz, 113-106. This will be the first matchup between these two this season. After James Harden was traded to Brooklyn early in the season, it was only a matter of time before the team gelled and learned how to win together. Now, that seems to be all they do, even if one of their three big stars, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, or Harden, is sitting. Their great play lately has catapulted them into the first spot in the Eastern Conference with a 34-15 record, as they're a half a game up on Philadelphia and 3 games up on Milwaukee. The win against Charlotte was their 4th in a row and 6th of their last 7 overall. This does not bode well for the rest of the league, since head coach Steve Nash told ESPN that there was a high probability that Durant will finally return from his hamstring injury this week. The Brooklyn Nets have been in stellar form as they've won 20 of their last 23 games, and they will be looking to build on a current 4-game win streak after routing the Hornets in a 111-89 home win on Thursday. Jeff Green led the team with 21 points. Landry Shamet added 17 points off the bench, while Kyrie Irving chipped in with 15 points, 11 rebounds and 8 assists. As a team, the Nets shot 48% from the field and 20 of 45 from the three-point line as they came out with a level of urgency and set the tone by holding the Hornets to just 11 points in the first quarter to take a 20-point lead going into halftime. The Nets didn't slow down in the second half as they pushed the margin out to 32 points to make it a complete blowout. Their success over the Hornets on Thursday night was a complete team effort, but they got great production out of their newest player, LaMarcus Aldridge, signed last week after the San Antonio Spurs brought out his contract. He contributed 11 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals in 30 minutes in his first game for the Nets. Jeff Green had a team-high 21 points and 8 rebounds along with 2 steals, and Kyrie Irving put up 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists to go with 2 blocks. Tyler Johnson and Landry Shamet scored 15 and 17 points off the bench respectively. On the season, the Nets are second in the league in points per game with 119 and shoot 49.4% from the floor. With the Bulls management wanting to win sooner rather than later, they went out and made a big trade at the deadline 10 days ago, acquiring All-Star center Nikola Vucevic from the Orlando Magic. It was not a cheap trade either, as the Bulls had to give up 2 future first-round picks along with Wendell Carter Jr. and Otto Porter Jr., both solid defenders and big guys. While Vucevic is certainly a better player than both Carter and Porter Jr., the trade has thus far amounted to 0 wins, as the Bulls have lost their first 5 games since the deadline deal. In their defense, star shooting guard Zach LaVine has been playing through an ankle injury that has certainly hobbled him the last few games. The Chicago Bulls need a win here to snap a 6-game losing streak. The Chicago Bulls are averaging 112.5 points on 47.8% shooting and allowing 114 points on 47.6% shooting. Zach LaVine is averaging 27.4 points and 4.7 assists, while Nikola Vucevic is averaging 20.5 points and 9 rebounds. Larry Markkanen is the third double-digit scorer, and Kobe White is dishing 4.6 assists. The Chicago Bulls are shooting 36.8% from beyond the arc and 80.4% from the free throw line. The Chicago Bulls are allowing 35.1% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.9 rebounds per game. Despite playing the team with the best record in the NBA on Friday night, Chicago gave the Jazz a run for their money, pulling within 3 points with 26.7 seconds left before Utah sank a few free throws to end the game. As LaVine told reporters, If we just win a couple of more possessions, it's our game. Although he's playing on a bad ankle, Levine still managed to put up 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Thaddeus Young scored a team-high 25 points and 7 rebounds on 7-11 shooting from the floor, and Vucevic chipped in another 16 points and 8 rebounds. The Bulls are currently sitting in the 10th spot in the East with a 19-28 record, 4 games behind Boston for the 8th spot. On the year, Chicago averages 112.5 points a game, 13th best in the league, but they give up 114 points, which ranks 24th. So here are my betting suggestions for that game. The Nets are 9-3 ATS in their last 12 road games, 0-5 ATS in their last 5 games against a team with a losing record, and 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games overall. The Bulls are 2-7 ATS in their last 9 home games, 3-8 ATS in their last 11 games against a team with a winning record, and 6-13 ATS in their last 19 games against a team above .600. Head-to-head, the over is 5-1 in the last 6 meetings overall. The Nets are 7-3 ATS in the last 10 meetings overall, and the Nets are 4-0 ATS in the last 4 meetings in Chicago. James Harden is listed as questionable for the Nets, while the Bulls have a couple of key players listed as questionable in Zach LaVine and Kobe White. My first betting advice is to pick Brooklyn -1. The Chicago Bulls have been in a real slump as they've lost 8 of their past 9 games, and they will be hoping to put an end to a 6-game slide after falling short to the Jazz in a 113-106 road loss on Friday. Thaddeus Young led the team with 25 points on 11 of 17 shooting. Zach LaVine added 23 points on 10 of 22 shooting, while Nikola Vucevic chipped in with 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. As a team, the Bulls shot 48% from the field but just 7 of 28 from the three-point line as they fell behind by as many as 17 points, before pouring in 33 points in the fourth quarter to get to within 3 points with 26.7 seconds remaining. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over 232.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.